Hello everyone and welcome to Wednesdays on Starting Out Solitary. I am your Wednesday host, MonsoonMagick. We are on week 3 and this week we are answering a question from a subscriber, Sugar and Oz. Her full question will be in the description box, but basically she wanted to know, do you need to be psychic to be pagan? And I will just start by answering the question. No, absolutely not. I would not describe myself as psychic at all. And yet I would describe myself as following a pagan path. And here's why. I feel that these tools that we use, and I just got out a few of my favorites, which are oracle decks, crystals, and a pendulum. I also do love the tarot. I just don't have my tarot deck with me right now. I feel that they're tools. And for me, the way I utilize them is these tools allow me to connect to my intuition, which then taps me into that energy of my divinity within. So I feel that by using crystals in crystal readings or the pendulum to feel energy or my oracle decks or tarot decks, I feel that it really connects me with my intuition, my higher self, the wisdom that's already in me. I don't feel that I'm getting answers that I don't already have in me. So when I do a tarot reading for myself or an oracle reading for myself, I don't feel that I'm tapping into psychic wisdom as much as uncovering what I already know as truth and exploring really what I already know. It's a way for me to connect to my higher self and the goddess and God, the divinity within me that's already there. So although I do definitely believe that people can have psychic gifts and that we tend to see those psychic gifts within the pagan community, I do not feel that they are a prerequisite by any means to being pagan. I think we all have different gifts and we are all drawn to different tools. And for myself, I try to use the tools that I feel most connect to me, like I said, to my intuition. I also know for myself that my connection to my intuition and to my gods, it kind of ebbs and flows. And so what I notice is when I'm very open and I'm following a daily practice and I very much declare myself open to synchronicity and declare that I want to experience the connection to my gods, that I do. And in those times, everything in my day will be a synchronicity and it's amazing. And I feel like I'm right there in the flow of the universe. But that's not always a daily experience for me. Sometimes I feel that I'm disconnected and not feeling the synchronicity or the flow or the connection to my intuition. And that's the time where I need to slow down and take some time for meditation or take some time for ritual. You also mentioned in your question about ritual, and I think that that's a big part of our practice is finding what works for us. And I think that there's nothing wrong with having a very, very short, abbreviated ritual that just connects you to nature, that connects you to the moon, that connects you to the god and goddess. I don't think it always has to be elaborate. I think for some people, they love that, and that gives them the connection. But if that doesn't appeal to you, figure out what does. And I'll tell you, I have some aspects where all I do is I go outside and I'll bring a piece of Cohen incense in my cauldron and a candle, and I just sit. And that's it. And I look at the moon and I close my eyes and I connect to the goddess. And it's as simple as that. And it can be very, very powerful. Other times, if I'm feeling called, if I feel that I have the time, because sometimes I feel too busy, then I will do a full ritual, calling the quarters, casting the circle, and have a full ritual planned. But I don't think it's something we need to do all the time. And I think we need to trust ourselves enough to know what we need in our practice. I think the beauty of a pagan practice is you get to explore. You get to explore what resonates with you and where you find joy and where you find connection. I find joy and connection through oracle decks, pendulum work, crystal readings, and tarot. And I do find joy in ritual. But if that doesn't bring you joy, if that leaves you feeling frustrated or lacking or stressed, then that doesn't have to be a part of your practice. And that really, to me, is the true beauty and magic of a pagan practice, is we get to really tailor our practice to what connects us, what allows us to feel connected to God and Goddess, what allows us to feel connected to the divinity within us, and what really helps us to tap into our intuition and play with things and experiment with things and let things go if they don't, and then come back to them later, because I do know that we change and grow, and our practice will change and grow. It will never be the same from year to year. So I think that that's really the beauty of a pagan practice. So back to the question, do you need to be psychic? Absolutely not. Is it a gift that some people have? Of course. But I don't think that any of this is required to follow a pagan practice. A pagan practice is about loving the God and Goddess, loving nature, honoring yourself, honoring the divinity within you. And these are just tools that we use to connect. I hope this answers your question. And for all of the subscribers, if you have a question that you would like for us to answer, please feel free to leave it in the comments below and I will forward it on. And we will all be happy to answer your question as soon as we can. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And I hope you join me next Wednesday and have a very, very blessed day.